Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League. Brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented to you by the lovely folks at Northern Gaming and ESL India. We have an interesting Counter-Strike Global Offensive game lined up. We have a match between Intencity Pune5 and Portal Esports from Pakistan. Now, I'll tell you why. You know why? Angie, you tell the people why it's interesting.
It is very, very interesting because both these teams have defeated Entity Gaming and are standing pretty strong. If we talk about Intencity Pune5, even though they sit 7th on the board, they should be very proud of themselves because they have 3 wins and 2 losses for themselves. While Portal Esports, they are sitting 5th on the board and they have taken only 1 loss till now.
Yeah, they've only managed to secure 1 loss to their name. Apart from that, the team looks pretty, how would I say, full. When I use the word full, I mean it's like a well-rounded team. They don't have that many chinks in the armor except the sad pings which their country provides.
Yeah.
I totally believe that Portal Esports has the caliber to be the next Nasr Gaming.
Definitely. And I would also want to say that both these teams, whether you take Intencity Pune5 or Portal Esports, they have been playing together for quite a while. Intencity have been playing together as a team from the past 3 years. And Portal Esports, on the other hand, have been playing together since 2016. So they have that thing that as a team, they're going to be performing pretty well. They're going to have great rotations. They know each other's gameplay. And that is a lot to play in a game of CS.
True. In fact, let's take a quick look at the first team in question here, Team Intencity Pune5. All right, that's Intencity Pune5. Now, I root for this team because I'm not talking about this game. Generally, why I root for this team is because A, they are a Pune-based team. My education was done from that city. It's a wonderful city to be. And if anybody from the stream who has never been to Pune, make it a point to go to that city. Trust me, the way you view the world around you will change. That city is so young, so full of life. It gives Bombay a competition on being lively. Trust me. And in fact, it was a fact. If I remember, till around last year, there was a huge talk going around that Pune was going to take over Hyderabad as the IT capital because a lot of IT companies are investing in the city. That's got nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
Now talking about the team Intencity Pune5, yes, you were right there. They've defeated Entity Gaming once in a surprise victory. Good one, boys. Now, I'm sure that was the how would I say, the blessing of Sheelavati, if you know what I mean. Sly. It's a Pune thing. They know what I'm talking about. I know what they'll be doing after that. But moving on, that's Intencity Pune5 for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's quickly take a look at the opposition, our neighbors from across the border, not so far away, but still considered very far. But we love them for their esports. I'm talking about Portal Esports. All right, our neighbors from across the boundary. I'm literally, Angie. I'm waiting for that day when esports, although it's going to be a medal event in the Asian Games, they're trying to put esports as a demonstration sport. Also, apart from that, I'm waiting for that day when you see how cricket happens. India, Pakistan.
Yes.
Recently, there was a scene. I think one of Pakistani bowlers created some furore at the Wagah border.
Yes.
He was not being like disrespectful. He was just doing as any countryman would do. Be proud of their country. It's how cricket is, right?
Yeah.
Cricket and football, for that point of matter. When you talk about Mohan Bagan in East Bengal. But when it comes to esports, I'm waiting for that day when people are literally going to chuck mice at each other from across the border. Ye le, mera mice tere mice se badhiya. Ye le, mera keyboard tere keyboard se badhiya. Take this, take this. I'm waiting for that. That would be a prime example of how well esports has grown to be taking over traditional sports like cricket or football for that point of matter. I'm waiting for that. What do you have to add to that part?
I definitely hope that happens someday. Maybe after the Olympics becomes really, really big, there is a chance that esports will be given the same value. But cricket is cricket and football is football. The
And
numbers for
CSGO
esports are
is CSGO. Trust me, if CSGO got the kind of attention we want it to have, wars would never be fought.
That is true.
Everybody would, in real life, wars would never be fought. It's like how ESL India Premiership went last year. Dekh lenge LAN pe. It's like, you don't like my country? You don't like my country? Aaja LAN pe dekhte tere ko. Tu aa LAN pe, bro. It's going to be like that. And it's so much more better. Peace around the world. Everybody wants peace. Nobody wants distraught and wars around them. Take it to LAN. Take it to a lobby. Create a server. If you don't have a server, I'll get my person. Swapnil Stakes there. We have him. Excellent person. He'll create a server for you. Go fight as much as you want to. Don't spread war. Don't spread hatred. Spread love. Spread peace. In fact, when you're talking about peace, let's see what map is this game going to be played on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Inferno.
I think.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes! I knew it! I knew it. It's like how dumb luck happens, you know. Out of 25 games, it'll be one game which will be on trains, but the 24 will be played on Inferno. Always. Always. I realized sitting with Adi has made me think about how the teams are going to be working, and now I know which map. Although it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah, it all comes
out of 30 matches played, 29 have been played on Inferno. I don't know what's the love with this map. But Overpass, Cash, and Dust 2 got banned by Portal Esports. Intensity went ahead and banned Train, Mirage, and Nuke. Left them with Inferno. Very strat-heavy map. In fact, you know what? I'll let you guys see the map for yourself.
Inferno. This map is not like any other traditional CSGO map. It does not revolve heavily around mid-control. The two most important areas of control are the apartments and Banana. You lose control of either one of these areas and you're going to have a bad time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's about the map there, Inferno. If you really like the voice, please do give me a shout out on my Twitter handle at @PapiManav, because that Sasta David Attenborough voice cannot be found anywhere else but here. Angie,
yes,
let's come to you because you're my co-host and analyst.
Yeah.
Who are you going to root for?
I think I'm going to go with Intencity Pune5.
Oh, IP5, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I know they are the underdogs coming into this matchup, but it's not like Portal doesn't have a little bit of issue. They will be playing in a ping problem. And Intencity Pune5, after watching them play Entity Gaming, I think they've come in with a lot of grit and force, and they have something to prove.
They have a lot of resolution backed with them.
Yeah, and when you have something to prove, you kind of play your best. And the team looks confident. They look like they're going to go in the game. They're going to have that coordination. And they've practiced. Like you said, Inferno has been played so many times. If Intencity Pune5 is able to break through Portal Esports, they're going to be proving as in now that ESL India Premiership is kind of theirs because they've already defeated the best in the country. Indeed. And now they're going across the border.
Indeed. Well, if you had posed me the question, I think Portal Esports has. I should not be saying this, but I think they have a greater control on a map like Inferno. Like I said, Inferno is a strat-heavy map. It's not just an aim-based pug map, right? So both the teams, I'm not taking anything from Intencity Pune5 in this case. It's just that both teams are good. They are going to be at par. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed. When I use the word bloodshed, I mean mental bloodshed, because a lot of strats and counter strats will be like thrown left, right, center. I believe Portal Esports to have an upper hand somewhere when it comes to a very, very close encounter, strat-based play.
They do.
And I believe that this is going to be a Portal Esports game. But let's hope for the best. May the best team win. In fact, our casters are ready. Our gamers are ready. So what are we waiting for? The game. Let's take you there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, or welcome rather, I'd say, to what's going to be game day. It is going to be PES facing off against Intencity Pune5, a battle which just looking on paper would probably go the way of PES, but then Intencity Pune5 has surprised all of us. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this, Adi? I'm sorry, I'm just blabbering on my own here.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I think that Intencity Pune5 can surprise us just like they surprised Entity. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And now we already have the first frag coming out for Caramel. I was building him up, by the way, before this game. He had an insane game against Entity Gaming on Inferno, in fact. And he's already got the first frag onto Pokemonster.
First frag indeed. He's still pursuing this kill. This is not that necessary, though. They've got the man advantage and is pushing in on his own. However, now backup has arrived and it's all on Feint. That's worked out perfectly for Intencity Pune5. Feint needs to go ham, but Caramel will find another frag for himself. It's going to be retake time. They do have the kit in the hands of Criminal, and he will find a frag. He's got a smoke as well. So this retake is pretty viable, but the bomb is ticking away, and Trans is taking his sweet time to make his way towards the bomb site. This is not going to be easy, but Criminal, he's going to find another one, but gets caught out with a nade in his hands. That is so unfortunate. And now 2v3. Smoke has been deployed on top of the C4, but they got to get their butts there, and the kit is dropping no man's land as well. HSB is going to find RSN, and suddenly now it's a 2v2, but Reaper finds a frag. There's all the HSB who gets the kill, finds the kit, but Mavis is there to clutch it out. Pretty back and forth with that retake, but Intencity looked like they were in complete control of that round.
Yep, and that round actually kind of excites me a little bit because of how back and forth it was, and the fact that it did come down to a 1v1 at the end, right? It means that both these teams are in it to win it, and that's a terrible pun. But
wordplay.
Yeah, but Intencity Pune5 anyways, picking up the T-pistol round, and that's a really important thing, especially on a map like Inferno. You want to take the economy control, and you wanna give the counter-terrorists a beatdown because, they need their resources, they need the guns to defend, and it's a great start for them.
It is indeed. We do see Pokemonster with the Deagle, and one thing was when PES dismantled Entity a few days back, these Deagles were brutal indeed. They lost both the pistol rounds, mind you, but their force buys is so effective, and I think Intensity is going to be wary of that. And because of that, you can see how passively they're approaching this side. You see Caramel, Mavis. Look at the clock. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining, and they still haven't really gone for any apartment control, nor have they gone for any banana control. They're waiting patiently for PES to make the first move.
Yep, and I actually find it foolhardy generally for terrorists to go for apartments control in an anti-eco, in a force buy, in an anti-force, because those pistols, they can close the range down on you. But Trans, he's gonna get wrecked by Never Give Up. He had the drop on him, but HSB replies back with a 1 dig of his own. He's trying. Feint gets another one as well. This is falling apart for Intencity Pune5. They have the site, and now finally the trade does come in, and the bomb site is in control of Intencity Pune5.
It's going to be a flashbang rat that's going to pop right in front of HSB. He won't be able to find anything as a flank is coming in. The wraparound from Criminal, who is going to go the long route. He has the P250. Caramel with the great read is going to peek out. Perfect shot from him. And this is going to leave Pokemonster and HSB in a pretty unfavorable position. No kits, no nades, apart from their one flashbang to work with. So they will bid adieu to any hopes of trying to go for this retake. Although Pokemonster is still looking for some frags. Reaper is bleeding internally as well. Nice flashbang as he will make his escape. And Caramel will find HSB. So Pokemonster will survive. They have inflicted a lot of damage though. So I personally wouldn't be too surprised if PS went for a force buy here, Adi.
Yep, Reaper went down with the C4 as well, so he wouldn't be able to take that armor and the SMG into the next round either. In fact, it was a Galil on him, I think, as well, because he recovered it from one of his teammates, from his fallen comrade. But yeah, I mean, if I was PES, I would have probably force bought into this, but also considering that, Inferno, you really need that economy. It's an economy-centric map, right?
Indeed.
So I don't fault them for going for this eco anyway. Pokemonster now flashed. He did try to get another 1 dig in there, but it's going to be denied for now. And Intencity Pune5 again picking up the anti-eco, which is a good start.
That's true. The deep is deadly. It's already tagged down. Never give up, but Caramel will come to his rescue. He gets to kill. And you were speaking about how Caramel is. I'll be honest. I haven't really had a chance to know much about the newer players in the Indian scene. recently, but you did mention that Caramel is a very, very solid operator, especially on the CT side, but he's being a pretty crazy aggro entry lurk on the T side. But then I take his name, and of course I jinx him. HSV gets a kill, and then no one checking him. This is sloppy, as HSV gets another dink in. And now Criminal and Feint, despite having just P2Ks, they can do some damage. Or Criminal's going to swap over to the Deagle, and we all know how deadly he can be, but the nade's going to sail in right into his groin. Down to 60 HP alongside Feint, who's on 69. Smoke's going to bloom. Reaper is going to find Feint through the smoke. It's all on Criminal, I'm sorry, as he would be looking to find something with Reaper, just farming that cash as he picks up a triple kill for himself. A little sloppy from Intencity Pune5. They lose a couple of players they probably wouldn't have, but then again, it's alright, they just lose some SMGs. AK's coming out, and now we have the big green gun coming out for PES, for Criminal, and the M4s, and of course the FAMAS as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Caramel couldn't get on the op himself as well, because of that economic damage put to them by PES in the first two rounds, anyways, in the past 2 rounds. And yeah, I mean, Caramel was instrumental with that AWP in basically dismantling Entity's defense and even their offense. And Caramel again taking down the op on Criminal. He makes it look easy.
Yeah, he's been impressing me, right? Aggression, winning these entry duels every single time. I mean, he's been really putting in the work, and you say that his strength is on the CD side with the op, so wow, I mean, what a player in that case, right? You have an entry frag on the T side, aggro lurk, and a dependable CD side offer. But in the meantime, Caramel is again gonna come running around the corner. He gets a kill. Trans though replies back, but he's all alone, all by his lonesome, and he needs to do some work. He knows there's a player above. From balcony, his RSN looking the wrong way, and Trans, unfortunately, the spray will not hit, but Pokemon still catches the cross. He will find Never Give Up. There is a player waiting for him, that he should be worried about that fact. It's going to be Maps, and this is a shot, but he will, however, recover and gets to kill. It's all on Feint here, 1v3, and this retake looks unlikely.
Feint being spotted out by Mavis as well now, and yeah, I mean, he should just save this M4 and the armor. There's nothing he can do about it. Caramel though, with 2 entry frags, one at the B-bomb side and then one at middle. He's systematically picking PES apart right now.
Yeah, I mean, and bear in mind, he's not really getting much backup in any of these entries by his teammates. I don't see anyone really flashing him in, or him, you know, just trying anything fancy, just going in dry, no loop whatsoever, just bringing the pain to PES. And this is a surprising start, mind you, because the last game I saw of PES was the one I casted where, did I cast that? I'm not too sure. But the one where they completely dismantle Entity, right? So, Pune5 is looking pretty good. I mean, for a team that no one would have expected to do much damage, I think they're looking more solid than, let's say, the likes of War or even Iyati to a certain degree.
You kind of have to give Intencity Pune5 the credit where it's due, because they did beat Entity on this map, on Inferno, which is by far Entity Gaming's best map, right? So indeed, the veto, I think, has gone really well for Intencity Pune5, and they're showing it early game at least, that they know how to play this map and they're ready to play it. And now Feint is the only one with the M4, with the saved M4. HSV has got some armor and a deagle behind it, but otherwise, there's just some upgraded pistols on the PES side, and nothing much to offer this round. So things, it's probably going to be a 5th round for Intencity Pune5, unless Feint can go mental right now.
Feint stuck on one. In the meantime, HSB teaming up with his teammate is going to find Reaper, and Arson's been tagged on a bit as well. Now they're going to continue to aggress out. So they have shown the presence towards B, have PES, so Intencity Pune5 definitely know there. At least a couple of players, maybe even more. Are they going to fall for this bait and make their way towards the A bomb site, where Feint is lying in wait is the question. We have Mavis, or however you want to pronounce his name. He's going to be clearing out the halls of apartments. He's not spotted out anyone though. Feint right underneath of him, right next to the haystack. And Pune5, man down already. What are they thinking? They have the utility to work with, like a couple of Molotovs, 3 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and a nade. And looks like it's going to be a big hit. This could be a pretty smart call, because the 2 players inside the site, it's just HSV and Pokemonster. But then again, these are the 2 players with the Desert Eagles.
Yep, and HSB is sitting up on the perch right now, in the off angle. Let's see if Never Give Up can expect it. No, he doesn't. HSB gets a 1 dig on him. He's still in that same position. He's finally traded out, while Pokemonster, dies in the Molotov as well, and the bomb is going to be planted just about before Faint gets the spray down through the smoke, and Caramel, again, he's doing the work for his team. Oh, the pre-fire is absolutely perfect, listening to the footsteps, taking down Faint, and then Criminal. He's collateral damage in that spray.
Yeah, I think PS is going to be pretty happy with that. 3 kills on pretty much a full eco, so they should be pretty happy with that. Try to keep the money for Intencity Pune5 a little honest. You can see Reaper and Caramel are on 3,500 approximately after their buy. You see Never Give Up and RSN are around the average of $2,000 mark. Mavis is the only player who's got money to work with, so I think they're going to be pretty happy with the amount of damage they've dealt out, but they need to start stringing some rounds together, and now we have a dual op setup coming out. It's going to be HSB and Criminal. Both players have shown in the past that they are very, very capable players with a big green gun. And the HSB holding a tiny sliver of an angle. This is such a high-risk position for him because there's no one nearby to help him out if the T's opt to just push in through the smoke or ball flash their way in. But, Adi, I mean, if you were PES, you might have a read right now that Pune5 like playing it very, very slow. They're not really going for any real estate control early on at all.
Yeah, and I think it's the same thing with PES as well. This total setup, right, that every team in the Masters League wants to play the CD side as in Inferno. I don't like it, but they seem to like it. And PS doesn't have the map control either to really do much. So you can see that they have 2 players locked into the B bomb side and 3 at A. Generally, you want 4 at A if the hit is coming A. You want that information, and that could be their undoing at this point.
Indeed, it could. HSB, however, will get the first kill, and he will somehow recover in time. Nice fast scope, indeed, it was onto Mavis, and a perfectly timed Molotov means that Caramel will have to evacuate the premises. But the bomb hasn't been spotted out yet, and Reaper is sneaking his way towards the B bomb site. It is going to be B bomb site hit, and Criminal and Pokemonster are lying in wait. Pokemonster having second thoughts about rotating all the way back to A. 20 seconds on the clock. Pune5 have got to make haste. The smoke's going to come on, but the timing on that peak is perfect, although that spray goes a little awry. It is going to be Criminal who misses the shot, and Reaper, he's reaping souls at the moment. The bomb's going to get planted, and this is very much doable for Intencity Pune5. 2 of them, Reaper, and as long as Caramel's alive, this guy has just been phenomenal. Reaper's going to get a 3rd kill for himself. The timing on the peak is perfect. Caramel finds one. It's all on trans. How has this turned around? I have no idea, but Reaper has just been going off. He's playing this perfectly. They're not showing themselves. Caramel's barrel's going to get spotted out, though, but Trans looks away at the worst time possible. Time is not his friend. He will be found as Caramel peeks out, takes him from behind. That was a round they really shouldn't have won.
Yeah, it was basically a 2v5 as well, because the first frag at the B-bomb side did go in PES's favor as well. So that's a massive, massive misplay by Criminal, I would say. In fact, if he did not miss that shot, it would have been fine. Like, you know, he would have at least, at worst, been traded out. And then a 1v4 is generally unwinnable. So Reaper, though, showing that he can put in the work just like Caramel. And right now, look at the scoreboard. Caramel and Reaper are right up there, 13 and 18 and 8 frags, sorry. And Pokemonster in the meanwhile with a 1D from down the banana onto RSN. He has something to say about this yet.
Indeed, he's looking for more. And here they come aggressing down banana, and Reaper is very low. He gets the kill though, and you're also low. Never give up. And Reaper both internally hemorrhaging. And they will pick up the bomb. In the meantime, Trans pushing in, finds Mavis, but a quick trade comes in. Again, Caramel, champion of the people. He is somehow being so instrumental in winning these, winning these rounds. And now, with 2 players extremely low, he's got to be the main man as well. The bomb will get planted. Criminal is going to be walking in through the smoke, but never give up with a very, very off angle. Will close it out. Pokemonster gets the exit kill, so to speak, and he will be just holding on to this AK-47. Won't be really going for any kills. And one thing I got to point out, Adi, is the pings for PS look a little higher today compared to how much they had against Entity.
Maybe for a couple of the players by maybe 20 ms, yeah, definitely. But well, they did play at mostly these pings against Entity Gaming, so of course the pings are a massive issue, right? They're playing from Pakistan, but more of the reason of why they were so good against Entity Gaming isn't the pings or anything. It's just that Entity Gaming is just that bad at Mirage.
Oh yeah, indeed. There they are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Like, I have said that for ages, and when I'm proven right, I'm going to rub it in their faces.
And I do think that it's kind of stopped. I mean, that's the thing, right? I've always found it very confusing. It's not like they have a crazy deep map pool, but they have a pretty okay map pool. They have Inferno, their best map by far. Then they have Overpass, they're pretty solid on that as well, and Train as well. So you have 3 maps to work with. I do believe they have put in a little bit of homework on Nuke as well. So I don't know why they allow Mirage in time and time again when you already have a pretty decent map pool.
Yep, definitely. And HSB second time's the charm. Peeks out the first time, sees his shoulder, and then has to re-peek. Gets a second frag onto RSN as well. But again, Caramel from Boiler. He's the king of Boiler right now. With the control and another frag. Criminal trying to force the issue, but instead he just gives up another life to Caramel. And oh my god, I don't think this man's ever gonna stop. And oh, Mavis! How? Trans! He had that in the bag. And all of a sudden, again, it's just Caramel from that Boiler position, just wreaking havoc.
17 kills for the man in 8 rounds, counting this round, of course. That is just ludicrous. Ludicrous. I mean, that's like... he's getting like 2 kills every single round. That's how obscene this is. Reaper's going to find Feint, and Mavis will find Pokemon, so not much they can do. And yes, there have been rounds where they've had the opportunity, they've had the men advantage rather, the 2-man or like 3-man advantage, and somehow someone steps up. It's either Reaper stepping up a couple of rounds prior, or Caramel just going off. Because if you look at the scoreboard, right, 4 frags to Never Give Up, 5 for Mavis, 1 for RSN. It's not like, you know, it's not like the rest of them are doing anything crazy. It's just that Reaper and Caramel right now looking like a wrecking ball, like 2-man, you know, two-man wrecking crew or something.
Yep. And I don't know, it's just the timings by Caramel have been absolutely amazing. And look at that again, Caramel from the grave picks out Pokemonster after being taken down by him. He's like, even if he goes down, he's taking one with him. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's down to a 4v4, which of course favors the terrorist side. And Feint now is solo on the B bomb side. And
he is trying to find something. I kind of like the idea that PS have stacked 3 players towards A, because at this point when you're 8-0 down, you might as well go for some gamble stacks, right?
Yeah, but instead HSB over-aggressive towards the apartments, gets peeked by 2 players, and the same thing happens to Criminal. Trans though does get the trades, but Mavis is there, and it's down to a 2v1. And I think Feint at this point, he has to go for it. He has to risk it. Your team is 8 rounds down. It's going to be in 9th unless you can pull this off. And look at the amount of utility still remaining on the terrorist side. They still have 2 flashbangs, 2 Molotovs, and a grenade. How is Feint going to get back into this one?
They're not going to be using it, I guess, because they don't want to give away their position. But Feint, he almost clutches it out. That was valiant from him. Reaper surviving at 22 HP. And bear in mind, I think both of them were almost full there. So, valiant effort, again coming down to the wire. Max loss bonus has been in place for quite a while right now, but it's not working out at all. So I don't know. I'm feeling a little worried for PS right now.
I have to say as well, right, that Intencity Pune5, they played that to perfection. The 2 players, none of them overpeaked, and when the one teammate got taken down, the other guy swung wide and traded it. And the nades now coming in, but the spray down is in by Caramel. He's gonna get traded by a Kobe as well. And all of a sudden, it's a 3v2, but Never Give Up is on his last gasps of life. He's sitting at 4 HP. And Pokemonster does spot out Reaper. Does take him down a little bit, but he's not going to get the frag. And they're going to go for this. Of course they are, aren't they? No, HSB is just walking around. Reaper wants to... Sorry, Pokemonster really does want to go for this, but... doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Ooh, Reaper missing a few shots. So does Pokemonster on him, fortunately, anyway. And a 1D coming up. Finally, Never Give Up, actually. Is dead. And yeah, unfortunately, the time's ticked away too far, and Pokemonster's gonna be taken down. HSB, I mean, even doing any monetary damage at this point is almost pointless. But he's still gonna try anyways, and he's gonna fail. Mavis is gonna take him down. These guys.
Mavis is fast. He's fast. I noticed this in the balcony as well. When I think I think it was Trans was on top of the balcony and he shot at him and maybe just looked up and just ripped his head off like immediately. And even this one, he's got some pretty quick reflexes. And I'm surprised, Adi, that I haven't seen this guy. Again, not like, you know, there is a caveat that PES are playing with pretty high ping, but then I've seen them beat probably the best or second best team in the country with this ping. So
I do want to interject though. The last time PES played Inferno was against Invictus, and they lost that 16-5. So maybe it's just not their match.
Invictus are also, in my books, right now, in current form, the best team in the country.
Yep, I agree. And they're sitting on the top of the leaderboards as well.
What?
Reaper with the spray down. Wow, the triple peak by Criminal, Pokemonster, and Faint. Like, I mean, yielding no dividends. Wow.
They bought up. They had all the guns and they all died. Oh, Lord. It's going from bad to horrendous. HSB, however, joining Trans and getting a couple of frags apiece. And the smokes and the flashes will bloom. Not exactly a great smoke, though, but it will suffice. They will cross on over. Bomb yet to get planted. HSB is, I'm not too sure why he would run out like that with his back turn going in a circle, especially when he knew the T's might have crossed on over. So it's going to be all on Trans in 1v3 this round. Again, looks unlikely. Intencity Pune5, it's going to have 11 rounds on the T side. That should never happen.
Yep, but we have seen stranger things, right? Literally like the TV show, this makes no sense. But I mean, there's nothing PES can do as well. They actually went for the aggression towards the B bomb site right this time, and then they were just they just lined up through the smoke, and it was lucky, of course, for Reaper, but who sits in a quad kill, by the way, this round, and it's just, yeah, I mean, I'm at a loss for words right now. Trans is at least gonna get away with his life because none of the T's are close enough right now. But I mean, Blair, I'm at a loss of words, so I have no idea. What do you think PES can do at this point to at least pick up the last 4 rounds?
I was thinking of some meme answer, but okay, let's take it seriously here. They've tried aggressing that 3-man towards Banana, but they get taken down. What I would like to see them do is, like, keep a guy, like, keep poking and prodding Banana, don't overextend. But I'd like to see a couple of them set up towards apartments. You know, don't over-aggress. Don't push down apartments all the way towards alt-mid. Hold apartments. Set up that crossfire, because Intencity Pune5 will send a couple of players up there. Get those kills, and then fall back and just turtle up completely in the sites. I think that could work out, because they haven't done that. They either play too passively, or when they're playing aggressively, they just go complete ultra aggressive. They just push all the way down Banana, like have 3-man like lined up towards Banana, or you know, nade down mid, just rush down mid or something of that nature. So a little bit of tempered aggression, I think, would be the call of the hour here. But you know, to be honest, I don't think that's going to be enough at this rate. 11-0. I think it's a little too late.
Yep, and HSB did pick up the first frag. Finally, this round, again, PES does get the man advantage with a semi-aggressive peak, so to speak, onto middle. And now, on the back of that, Intencity Pune5 have just completely slowed down. They're not going for the reaction plays to maybe get a frag, and Caramel now is on the op. This is what we wanted to see for the entire game, but he hasn't needed it up till now.
Why is none of his teammates nearby next to him? This is what I don't get. They seem to just let him go ahead to do whatever he wants to do all on his lonesome. It's like there's no one to trade, and that's a horrendous smoke, by the way.
Just a little bit of bad luck missed by hitting something anyways. Criminal still at the boost. He's finally Reaper, who's in CD spawn, is gonna get 2 frags. Pokemonster is wondering, and Faint is down as well. He must be wondering, guys, where's my call? Where's the call out that he's at CD spawn? And it's a 3v3. Again, the man advantage, and now Caramel holding the angle is gonna get Pokemonster, missing the frag onto Trans, I think that was, and missing another one, in fact. HSB does get a frag, but Trans has been taken down by RSN as well, and now it's a 1v2 retake. And I like this fight. Well, I say that, but Reaper swings out wide and kills HSB anyway. But I like that earlier, that the double, you know, the angle that was being held by Reaper and Caramel before Reaper sort of... I mean, I was just wanted to say, basically, that Intencity Pune5, they have discipline, which is refreshing to see when they have the man advantage. They're not really, you know, they're not letting it go. They're keeping it. They have that in the back of their minds.
And also, they have 2 players who have 41 kills combined, so I think that helps. But Yeah, just wanted to point out, right? We were talking about, I was mentioning this fact of how Caramel goes in alone earlier on with the AK-47 and the entries. The previous round, when he was holding, when he was trying to peek towards the B bomb site, when he was trying to get that frag, he was alone. Like, there was no one to trade for him if someone pushed out maybe from CD spawn or whatever. Like, I don't get that. And meantime, Trans feeling a little too adventurous, gets punished for it, but HSB with a quick trade, ensuring that a man advantage will be retained by his team, and Criminal finally making a play here, down bottom of Banana. That's going to allow Pokemonster the freedom to fall all the way back towards the A-bomb side where the action is going to be taking place. And this is such a perfect read from Caramel. This guy, it's almost like he's got ESP or something. He's just getting kills at will. And Feint finds the frag, and this time around Caramel, no scope will not come in. It's all down to Reaper, but this guy can be beastly as well. He is going to try and get the bomb down, just taps it once, spots that Pokemonster, headshot through the edge of the box. He's going to go for the safe deep plant, and that's smart from him because Criminal's on the hunt. He's going to check the corner, he's going to spot a Reaper, and fortunately, Reaper will be caught with a nade in his hand. So finally, we have a round going the way of PES. Took a while.
Yeah, it definitely took a while, and I have a feeling that the instant reset's gonna come in, and this is gonna go 14-1. That's just because that's how PES's luck has been this game. And unfortunately, Criminal not able to recover that op from the balcony either, but at least he has the AK-47. He's gonna be able to drop that over to somebody as well. And he gets an op from well, HSB picks up an op as well. I think Trans dropped that over. But, yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't know how to build up this one because I think that round is a little bit too late as well. You can't. How do you build up excitement to this? It's sort of like the lull periods in Dota games, where basically nothing happens for 20 minutes. You can't really hype that up, right?
Yeah, right. But here's the thing with what Intensity does, right? It's curious, but it's a very different style from what I've seen from many other teams. They have everyone else playing passively, like holding the defaults, like, you know, look at Reaper just holding Banana, ensuring no one over-aggresses it. And then you have Caramel, who just pretty much goes all on his own. Meantime, Reaper will get the open kill, finds Pokemonster. And again, the opening kills going the way of Intencity Pune5, and PES, they keep bleeding out too early in the round, and I think that's been a problem here. And bear in mind, if they lose this one, they're going to be reset completely, and we might just be staring down a 14-1 half.
Yep, and I do want to say Pokemonster as well, getting... Whoa, Caramel! Oh, unfortunately, he got caught with an 8 out, and Never Give Up is the one who gets the short end of the stick there. But yeah, Pokemonster got a little bit too adventurous at the half wall, getting boosted up without any pop flashes or anything. That's what happened right in the start. And you can see that PES is actually really, really shaken by what's happening to them right now.
This smoke is pretty crap, I'm just saying. Yeah. It's happened too many times. It is so crap indeed. As Trans and Criminal, they team up, they find a couple of kills, and it's all down to Trans versus Caramel, who will get the bomb down. But he is very low indeed, and Trans, how's this going to play out? He's waiting patient in Criminal, and Caramel, he might just be overthinking this, and Trans has read this to perfection. Has he? Oh no, Caramel's actually walked on behind, and Trans, is he going to find him? Yes, he will, from behind. Gets the frag, and patience from Trans, netting PES the second round. Well, there's someone winning them, Adi. Can't fault them for that.
Yep, but the buy that's going to come in from PES this round is going to be worse than Intensity Pune5's, because just look at that money. There's going to be barely any utility, and well, maybe they can come back from this. Maybe PES can show us that their T side is as strong as Intensity Pune5's, but for now, they need to win this round as well. They need to put at least 3 on the board to so that in case they do lose the pistol round, they actually have a shot in the next half.
Absolutely, it is Counter-Strike. We saw FaZe beat Astralis, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe came back 10-0 down.
Exactly.
To beat them on train. That was I mean, that was unheard of, honestly.
Well,
yeah.
The current train meta, it's unfortunate we don't get to see too many trains in the Indian scene. In the meantime, HSB, sorry, I have to cut myself off there, finds.
Yeah, that was a terrible pop flash by Trans, by the way.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrible. And Mavis peeked out right after the flash. It made it so easy for him, honestly. And now again, the man advantage in the favor of Intensity Pune5, and it's the defense by PES has been split up. And the flashbangs are perfect. Trance is going to peek out. He's going to get the frag onto Caramel. Finally, Feint's going to follow up onto Mavis as well. And now the man advantage is in PES's favor. And it does look like they're going to lock down this bomb site.
I find how Criminal's so confused where to go. Because Reaper gets a kill on a Pokemon Monster. Now they're going to be making their way back. And Trans finding RSN, but not before RSN finds Feint. And it's all in Criminal here. He has... Someone got the read right. He will be waiting patiently. Will Reaper be aware of this? Oh no, that is just so unfortunate for Criminal. He was looking, he was holding that angle, and it just turns away for a moment, and Reaper's like, oh, hi. Takes him down. All in Trans again. 1v2. Can they at least get to 3 rounds? Because even 3 rounds, I fear, will not be enough for PS to defend. But Trans, he's got to go for this. It is the last round. He's got a kit to work with, but too many angles to clear out. No utility to have to flush out any of the hiding Pune5 members either. And he has no idea where they are. He's cleared a lot of angles. Time is not his friend. He finds Reaper. 1v1. Now he's got a kid. So if he gets a skill onto Never Give Up, it could work out. But never mind. Never Give Up will put him to his grave. 13-2, Adi. I did not see this coming.
Yep, I don't think any one of us saw this coming. I did think that this would be a much closer affair than this. But instead, we see basically a masterclass by Reaper and Caramel, both of them with 50 frags amongst the two of them. Just look at that. The three teammates, I can't even say they've not even shown up or something. It's just that they haven't had to do anything. And I like this by Intencity Pune5 as well. They're taking a timeout. They want to close this out immediately. And if they do win the pistol round, it does mean that that it's going to be a really quick game. And, you know, this could really help them towards the end of the season, because after the 11 games are played, after you play all of your 11 games, it does come down to round difference towards the end as well. Of course, in the start, it's going to be more on well, I forget what it is, head-to-head. Basically, if there are maybe two teams, if they're at the same points, it's going to be head-to-head. But if there are 3 teams on the same points, it can come down to round difference as well. So this counts. This lead of 11 rounds, it'll really help them.
You know what else counts? Me. Because PES have a total of 49 kills. And those 2 guys have 50. I'm so bad, man. Just trying to do my things. But meantime, it is going to be the Glock train charging in. But Never Give Up and Reaper are mowing down bodies. The headshots coming out all on Trans. And he's dancing around. He's so very low. Reaper, 3 bullets. And that's all he needs. It is going to be the pistol round. Also, the second one going the way of Intencity Pune5. And I think just 2 more nails remaining in the coffin of PES. Because today has not been their day.
Yep, and Intencity Pune5 had the perfect read there. They had 3 at Banana, and they even peeked out early to get that information. So I think that was really well played. We're going to see the force buy coming in by PES because, well, now they have nothing left to lose, basically. And, yeah, I mean, those Deagles on Pokemon Monster and HSB, they could really do some damage, so why not?
Why not, indeed? Yes, it's 2 UMPs. Means that the utility is extremely sparse. 2 flashbangs is all they have to work with. So it's got to come down a lot to contact plays. And they want to save those flashbangs to go for maybe a semblance of an execute, maybe try to pop their way in towards the side or something. But after that, what else can they do? Caramel with the scout. I think they might have heard the scope, not too sure. I think they do. The double peek comes in and the flick is not fast enough, and all of a sudden, 2 players fall on the 2 extremities of the map. Reaper and Caramel, the 2 top fraggers of the team, haven't taken down. Now, what can Never Give Up Mavis and RSN do? As RSN will also be found out. He did a lot of damage, though, but not quite enough. And it's all on Mavis, who has done damage, but he needs to stay alive. But Trans will find him, and it's a 1v4. Will the comeback happen, Adi? Do you believe?
No.
You're a cynical man, but that's okay.
Yes, I am. And I like it. I mean, I do that to a lot of people, by the way, especially when I'm sitting on the analyst desk. They'll ask me a question and I'll give them a 1-word reply. I've done that to Mamba so many times. And HSB is going to pick up Never Give Up as well. And maybe he might just be able to reclaim the M4. Yes, he can. It's just about enough time. And PS, it's a breath of life for them right now because they sorely needed that. And now, honestly, it's actually time for Never Give Up, Mavis, and RSN to step up because on the T side, of course, Reaper and Caramel did all the work. But now they can't really do all the work because the attack comes in by PES's side. You gotta kill the T's where they are. You can't send Caramel and Reaper to bail you out.
Indeed. As PES, pretty similar setup to Intensity Pune5's. They have a very passive setup, just like 2 men. Actually, a little bit more aggressive towards Banana. But I like what Pune5 have done here. They've gone for the force buy. However, they've gone for a stack. And that's one thing I like. That's one thing many teams don't do, is when you have pistols and armor on the CD side, especially in a map like Inferno, you don't want to play defaults. The defaults prevent you from, trying to catch them off guard. And meantime, perfect flashbang. However, HSB playing anti-flash gets a kill on the Reaper. That's a B bomb site, completely, utterly compromised. But look at where the C4 is. It's got to be picked up by Criminal, and he will be hunted down. Oh no! Oh no! What? Okay, that works. That works, Criminal. That is beautiful. RSN, of course, has no idea that a bomb is all the way towards T-spawn. He's just going to be picking up that UMP and running to the hills with it. So PS, they will survive for yet another round, and we'll get to 4. But will that be enough? They still need to get 10 rounds in a row to tie things up, and that, my dear friends, might be a little bit of too much of a tall ask.
I think RSN is watching a bit too much of Avantgarde. Did he just drop a UMP to pick up a MAC-10? Like, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he did.
And that's so surprising. Like, generally, the UMP is definitely a better gun, especially against armored opponents. So I have no idea what RSN is thinking, but is he going to check this angle? I don't think he will. And HSB peeks out instead and rips his face off. And PS, they're going to put 4 rounds on the board. And Intensity Pune5 is going to be forced to the eco now. So PS is probably going to get a 5th. And yeah, I mean, you believe. I don't believe. But you do believe the comeback is possible.
Not really. I don't. I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, one thing which I forgot who it was. I think it was Thorin who mentioned this. Is as an analyst, you need to stick to your guns and try to stick to the facts you have. Because if, let's say, for example, there's an underdog team and you want to like just pander to the crowd or cater to the crowd, and you be like, yeah, you know what, I think Tyloo, let's say there's a tournament in China and Tyloo's facing off against Astralis, and you're like, yeah, I think Tyloo can take this. I think they have the home field advantage and all that crap. I think that's very disingenuous, and it doesn't really serve the purpose of you being an analyst. Because in case Tyloo does pull off the upset, they don't really get the credit, right? And if you say, hey, I really think that, meanwhile, hold on, Pokemon's just killing everyone, right?
Or frags with the MAC-10, yeah. Farming that cash, which, I mean, to be honest, at this point, PES doesn't really need the cash, they need the rounds. And RSN, again, with that MAC-10...
They keep dropping the bomb towards T-spot, right? And one day, I think it might come and bite them in the ass. They should be a little worried about that.
Yep. I wonder, in fact, if Intensity Pune5, if they'd done their homework, they might have even seen this against Invictus, if PES did the same at that point. And HSB's going to look the wrong way, but he's going to turn around in time. RSN, ooh, some BM coming out, which you like.
Love to see it. You love to see it. I love it. I love it. I love a little bit of banter. I love a little bit of stuff. It looks like we need a pause. There we go. Looks like a technical issue for PES. The player has timed out.
I think these players need to be informed that that you guys do provide a dot stop function that automatically pauses the game.
Yeah, I guess some teams don't know that, which they should. They should just read the rule book. I think it's mentioned there that you can just dot stop, and you can just like continue the game from there. But anyway, PES 30-2. Now they've won 3. I don't know, man. I don't know, Adi. I've seen some very strange things in Indian Counter-Strike. Very, very, very strange things. Things you would not believe. And
but not this strange.
Could happen. Could happen. I've seen stranger things. I've seen some crazy upsets. I've seen Yeah,
I mean, it was today itself, right, where we've seen the stranger things with FaZe basically wrecking Astralis at IEM Sydney. So yeah, I mean, maybe it's that kind of day. Maybe it's a topsy-turvy, upside-down Australian day.
Yeah, could be. But I'm actually curious. Apart from beating Entity, who all have Intensity beaten in the league right now?
Well, I mean,
remember.
Yeah, what obviously stands out is the Entity game, of course. They did beat Entity Gaming, and I mean, I can quickly look into that for you as well, to be honest.
Because they've really impressed me, and it's not like they're winning this based off some crazy flukes or whatever. They're being very composed. The way they're approaching it is pretty solid. They have some pretty raw aimers in Caramel and Reaper as well. So, and I've seen the caliber of some of the teams who've played, like teams like War, like Iati, or even Mulher.
Yeah.
And the other teams, I mean, they've all looked a little shaky here and there. So, looking at the performance today and their win over Entity, one would imagine that Pune5 would be, up there in the rankings at least. The top four, top
They
five.
actually are, because if I'm just quickly looking at their past results, right, in the Premiership. They've beaten War 16-6 on Cobble. They've beaten SRA 16-12 on Cash.
Okay.
They've lost to Invictus 16-8 on Overpass. They have beaten in Entity, like we said, 16-11 on Inferno. They've beaten EAT 16-14 on Cash. And now they're poised, of course, to beat Portal Esports on Inferno.
That's a pretty good record. That's like, what, 4-2 if they win today's game?
Yep, 4-1 in fact, isn't it?
4-1, yeah. They've only lost to Invictus. That's
It'll be 5-1 if they win today.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive stuff from them. I mean, no one really noticed them, right? Everyone's talking about Invictus, your entity, your brutality, and whatnot. But these guys have silently been slaying everyone. Some games a little bit more, closer than this one, obviously, like the one against Iati. But overall, they've impressed me a lot. PES, though. Here's the thing. These guys have shown what they can do. I saw them in WSG on LAN. They are a team with a lot of grit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they manage to claw this one back. I think they might even make it a little bit more closer than what we expected to be. But I don't think they're going to be able to get to the magic number of 16. But here we go. We have everyone in the server. And we'll resume and see what PES has in store for us.
In fact, considering the PES is on the T side now, right? It kind of helps them because of their pings, right? How Counter-Strike's interpolation works. So
Indeed.
If you have a higher ping, you peek out, you have the advantage. And I mean, that's of course something that would have really helped Intencity Pune5 as well, because they have the much lower ping compared to them when they were on the T side. So PES's information would have been delayed by just those few important milliseconds. So yeah, I mean, I really hope that PES can come back into this. We have resumed the game now. Criminal is back finally. And yeah, the buys have come in for Intencity Pune5, and it's a decent buy. I mean, they are lacking a little bit of utility, but I think they'll be okay with that. That's a part and parcel of the game if you're going to force buy in the second round.
Indeed they are. So they have a couple of incendiaries in the hands of Mavis and Caramel. Well, surprised that Caramel is wielding the UMP. If I was Intencity Pune5, I'd probably drop in my M4. Like, take it, just go and kill people. But they have given up a lot of map control early on. Minute and 25 seconds on the clock, and HSV is already at sandbags. So that's a lot of real estate being given for free, for cheap, by Intensity. They're going to be playing a very turtle setup, and even RSN is rotated all the way towards A. So I think it's going to be a flank coming in. Trans will be slowly sneaking his way in, like trying to get right his way in towards Archway, perhaps, while the rest of his team go for this B hit. Or not. They have a lot of options. That's one thing on the T side, right? Sometimes when you have so much map control, you start getting a little paranoid. You're like, wait, they've given up banana, they've given up apartments, they've given up mid. And even though you might be walking into a sub with just 2 players, you just start getting very paranoid, and you're like, hey, it probably might be a stack, and you start second guessing yourself. So that could be the scenario here, but here comes a hit. He's going to never give up, making contact. He finds one, not able to get a second kill. It's Reaper will get double peaked. He was trying to maintain some trigger discipline, but unfortunately it doesn't work out for him.
Yep, and Intencity Pune5 playing that round way too reactively. They need to be a little bit more proactive about this, and ooh, it does look like RSN is just about to escape with his life. He in fact gives the M4 to Caramel. He's like, I may die, just give me your UMP. And yeah, I mean, that's a pretty clean hit to the B bomb site coming in by PES. And yeah, I mean, Intencity Pune5, like I said, playing way too reactively to that. They need to go get some map control. They need to get some information. And of course, the terrorists are going to make noise everywhere on the map, right? So just playing off the base of sound cues, it's not going to really help you.
Indeed. And I'd like to see them do it. Or maybe even you know, when you have so many rounds to work with, if you want to go for some of these YOLO plays to try and catch him off guard, now is the time. Because if PES get to like 10 rounds or 11 rounds, then you won't have the confidence to go for, let's say, push down mid or push down banana. That's when you're going to start to get a little paranoid and be like, all right, guys, let's try and play it safe. So if Intencity Pune5, in my opinion, if they were to try and catch PES off guard, now is the time. Now, these are the rounds that you use to try and throw a spanner in the works instead of waiting till it gets closer, because you still have an 8-round lead to work with, as we do see some aggression finally coming out of the. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, but unfortunately, 2 of the players at the B-bomb side have just pistols.
And CZ and 5-7 can do a lot of things. I'm not sure why Never Give Up would go for that smoke though, but RSN finds 2 kills. Flashbang out. He's got 6 more bullets to work with. He's gonna escape, but won't get the kill. Criminal will drop him, but he's done so much work. A little unfortunate that Never Give Up and Reaper weren't quite able to capitalize on it. Now it's 2v3, and I like this patience being shown by PES. They haven't fully committed. And Mavis, he's showing some patience as well. Or no, is he gonna fall on back? Caramel is pushed up towards instruction, and I'm surprised that he's gone for this call.
Yeah, considering that the bomb plant hasn't come in for so long, you should know that something's up, right? And unfortunately, Mavis and Caramel are going to be completely on the wrong side of the map. And ooh, Mavis, if he keeps going right now, he could actually backstab Criminal and Pokey. And oh, they've just made it to the bomb site. That's unfortunate. The bomb sound has come in. Mavis, ooh, just about. France is going to survive that. And yeah, I mean, they just need to fall back now. There's no way you can take a 2v3 retake.
They're feeling it though. They got the incendiaries. They have a kit as well. So Mavis, flashbang, Molotov, not able to find anything. And that's a nice flashbang as well, popping right in his face as Caramel. He's got a Molotov, and that can actually flush a player up. A trans, perfect angle for him. He's going to get the kill. Pokemonster finds Mavis. And that is going to be yet another round for PES. A matter of seconds. And again, just touched upon it a while back, but I'm a little surprised that Mavis rotated out towards B there. If he had just held that angle, he could have probably have got a kill, fallen back, and, you know, played it a little bit more better. But it is still going to be max loss bonus kicking in, and it is going to be the guns coming out. And Caramel with the op. I mean, you really can't ask much of Reaper and Caramel anymore, but it looks like they might still have to go a little bit more above and beyond.
Yep, it does look like Intencity Pune5 really relies on them. Caramel with the missed shot. He's just throwing away his op. He's like, forget this. It's not working for me. Get me an AK-47. But, I mean, no harm, no foul. He's taken a little bit of damage, but it seems like his confidence has taken a lot more damage than he has in this round. And again, it's the turtle setup. They're all the way back in the B-bomb site. No information towards A, towards apartments, anywhere. And I don't like this. I really hope they read the memo and they adjust to this.
It's a nice peek indeed. Luckily, Never Give Up doesn't get tagged by HSP. I thought it'd be done for sure. The flashbang in the peak was perfect, but HSP's shot going a little off. And Never Give Up. He's got another smoke. That's it. There's no other utility remaining on any of the players in the B-bomb side. Reaper has one flashbang to work with, but that's about it. Caramel will be bolstering the B-bomb side defense with his op. PES yet to make a play. 44 seconds on the clock. The bomb is floating around towards the top of mid. Trans and Feint. As they're looking to get an opening here. They haven't found anything yet. That's going to be a worrying factor. It's going to be an A hit coming in. 30 seconds. And if they have any utility, now's the time to toss it in. But no, it's going to be Trans fighting Never Give Up. And that's going to leave Mavis out in the open. He's got to reposition himself. But RSN saves his teammate. Mavis strikes before. And now RSN trying to do his very best to stay alive in the side. He will fall, but not before he finds himself a double. And now it is a 2v2. A very doable retake here. But HSB from above, the edge of the smoke, he gets the kill, leaving it all in Reaper. How much more can this man do? Because if he gets his clutch, he's going to drop a 30 bomb. He's going to be sneaking into the site. And Trans is ready and waiting on top of Motorbox. PES, the comeback continues.
Yes, it does indeed. And Intencity Pune5 really needs to show some
balls. The word you're looking for is balls.
Well, some initiative is what I was going to say. and they really need to take the fight to PES because that's what they did in the T side, right? And that's honestly how you need to play the CD side in Inferno as well. You see a lot of CD sides, and especially Entity Gaming as well. Just push up middle, push up banana, just go YOLO, and that's something like, I mean, Intencity Pune5 needs to do that now because at 14-9, they still have a couple of rounds buffer to try those sort of things. But if they keep doing this, like you said, at 16-10, 16-11, they're gonna be like. They're gonna be even more. I mean, I don't know how much more turtle can you get anyway, but like they're gonna be even worse off.
Indeed, and right now they are pretty worse off. Reaper, 24 HP, Deagle, no armor, all alone. The B bomb side, and there are 3 players making their way. PES slowly but surely grinding out these rounds. Flashbang's gonna pop up high, and Reaper will be calling for backup. In the meantime, Caramel trying to be sneaky towards alt mid, but he will fall, and that is going to be the A-bomb side ripe for taking for PES. They will get to round number 9. The comeback continues. Adi, and I gotta ask you this: has it made a believer out of you yet?
Well, at least this game has gotten a lot more exciting. I'll give you that much, because at least now it looks like PES is in with a shout, and. Of course, it just takes 1 round, by the way. 1 round for Intencity Pune5 to figure out how to defend against this PES attack. And then the rest will follow. But Reaper is going to be taken down by Trans again now. And yeah, it is 14-9. And I think it's been forever since Caramel and Reaper have actually gotten a frag. It seems like they've been stuck at 28 and 26 from like at least 3 or 4 rounds ago.
Indeed. And the money is looking really good for PES as well. So here's the thing: even if Intencity manages to string 1 round together, get 1 round, PES will still have money to work with. And PES are really making Intencity struggle to forget just winning a round. They're not even getting close to winning these rounds. Some of these rounds are just being very one-sided indeed. It's Criminal. A little bit some fancy movement, tossing in a Molotov. And again, pretty much the same setup time and time again. 2 players totaled up in B, 2 players playing towards Arch, and they will be falling back the second they see some action towards mid. And it's just not sustainable, Adi. And I'm just shocked at the lack of imagination that Pune5 are showing on the CD side. This is a complete departure from the T side, mind you.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how badly did Entity Gaming play their Inferno against their T side of Inferno, that I think they only managed to get 8 or 9 T rounds against Intencity Pune5, so 7 or 8 in fact. So I'm just wondering if this sort of defense helped them. I have no idea how how Entity Gaming did so poorly in that game. But yes, this is a different game. This is PES trying to get a comeback, I mean, they do have some hope now. At least that round deficit is down from 11 to just 5.
Indeed. It's getting closer and closer. At this fake, Pokemon Star HSB, they're actually trying to find a pick. Not able to find anything yet. And they're going to be falling back now. 28 seconds. No one has seen anyone yet so far. Here comes the hit. And it is going to be Never Give Up. Holding the line, he sprays a man down. Reaper joins us, but no need to overextend. But he will go for the fight. Finds Trans. Pokemonster HSB running into the site. 14 seconds. Time is not their friend. HSB will be caught out trying to switch over. And Pokemonster is still alive. He gets a kill before he finally gets dropped down in Intensity after an eternity. Get to map and match point. We just need 1 more round to close this one out. For PES though, they still have money to work with. And I'm sure the blood's heated up at this moment.
Yep, 7 rounds in a row for PES, and finally it was broken by Intencity Pune5's turtle setup, basically. But Never Give Up, of course, stepping up, getting a double kill when it counted. And again, I mean, they're going to need another round of individual brilliance to close this out. And yeah, I mean, you give a team like 12 rounds, right? So why not? I mean, out of 12 rounds, you're going to have your players stepping up once or twice at least. So
it's the odds, right? It's just probability.
Yep. And again, just falling back to the bomb side. They do go to the half wall. They do throw some grenades in. But then they're like, nah fam, I like the bomb side.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to use all the utility early on, you would like to see them, you wouldn't want to take advantage of that, right? Because looking at it right now, They actually still have 2 incendiaries. They have a smoke as well. The smoke can easily, buy in about 17 seconds or so. And then there's 2 incendiaries as well. So as long as it can delay this for as long as possible, it can work. In the meantime, Pokemonster will finally be meeting his maker. But it's all the Reaper, and he will find none. He will be taken down. And I really, really, really like that play from PS. The second the player got taken out over at the A-bomb side, they didn't waste any time. They just pushed in and just went for the contact play to the A-bomb side. I love, lovely stuff. And now, because of that, they just might get another round on board because it's now a 2v3.
And yep, the reset potential is there. Even though the 4 players of Intencity Pune5 are alive, the Molotov, though, is going to force... Oh, that's a brilliant shot by Trans. On Trans by RSN, ripping his head clean off. But the bomb, it's ticked over too much now. They're waiting for way too long, but that grenade is perfect. HSB has been spotted out as well. The defuse needs to come in now. There's just no time. RSN, he's not even going to survive this. RSN's being taken down as well, and look at the money on Reaper and RSN are the only ones who can go for a buy. The rest of them, they just can't, and it's going to be an eco.
PS, they refuse to die. They refuse to roll over and die. Doesn't matter how. I really like what they did there, though, right? The second the player died, I think it was Trans who died over in the apartments. They just went for the fast contact lane. Even though both CTs had 2 Molotovs in their hand, 2 incendiaries, they didn't have the time to toss it in. So that was some pretty good stuff coming out from PES. But can they continue is the question, as Reaper is just going to march on out through the flames like Daenerys and gets a headshot.
Never give up, though. He's been taken down to 3 points of health by that grenade, and now he's also trapped. He's gonna get Molotov to death. Oh, finally grenades in CSGO. I really think there's been an update like a week ago, because grenades are doing their thing now.
It's also maybe because, a map like Inferno doesn't have... It's a more updated map, so it's got lesser of those weird textures and those clipping issues. But if you look at maps like Mirage, for example, like, get a good luck trying to toss a nade to someone towards stairs or something like that. Never does work out. But in the meantime, 3-man stack. Pokemonster will find Mavis. And that's gonna be the call to go for a fast play towards a Pokemonster. Just tossing in a flash. And RSN is gonna come charging out. Finds 2. What is going on? HSB criminal. They seem to have lost their marbles. And now it's a 3v2. Bomb has been spotted out. 45 seconds. Pokemonster gets spotted out. And somehow they managed to bring it back again. But for a second there, Adi, my heart was in my throat.
Yeah, especially I have no idea why they went from mid to left, by the way, for the arch position, because the teammate was Reaper does find Trans in the back, but Trans has enough time to readjust and take him down. And I have no idea why HSB took the C4 that side. And they had grenades out, by the way, as well. It's just the comedy of errors, giving Intencity Pune a chance, but to no avail. And now, Intencity Pune5 are going to go in for the buy, but again, they have barely any utility going in. I mean, actually, it's not bad, to be honest, that buy. 4 M4s, a UMP, and full utility only on Mavis, including a kit as well. So he's taken the hit for the team there.
Yes, indeed. Those 5 AKs, of course, superior to what Intencity Pune5 have. And now, again, the 4-man aggress towards Banana. This time, they're not going to find anyone. Let me Reaper, never give up. Plague again, Turtle from the side. They have a smoke to block it off. But I would like to see a semblance of a crossfire, like someone playing towards near CT spawn side, or trying to spot something out, and so you can call out the utility from teammates. Because right now, the way they're playing the 2 guys turtled up in the B bomb side is the fact that they, the second you see the player, by that time you don't have time to take out a nade. You're just gonna get taken down immediately, right? So I'm not a big fan of this setup. However, PS once again spreading their tentacles all over the map, trying to find a pick. Pokemonster has been quite efficient getting this picks towards apartments, and this could be brutal. Caramel and Mavis both look in the same direction, and that's going to be the tell for Pokemonster to push out, and he is going to walk out indeed, and he snuck his way towards the pit, spawns out, and he goes for the spray, and the spray will work. However, Mavis looking the wrong way, and Pokemonster with the last bullet, he gets the kill. 1 player remaining in the B bombs, that is Reaper, but that bomb is making its way towards A. Adi, it's all going around for Pune5.
Yep. But like we said earlier, right, they just need that 1 round where the stars align, and it does tend to happen if you play all 15 rounds on the CT side. And I mean, you know how as a caster, you kind of don't want to repeat yourself too much and you don't want to say the same words way too often. How exactly are you not supposed to say turtle 15 times when, when the CT side is going to turtle up 15 times?
Tortoise? I don't know, man. Like armadillo, anteater.
I mean, at this point, they're more
a
like
rattlesnake
ostriches.
curled up in hibernation.
They're more like ostriches, right? Their heads in the sand right now. They have no information. They're just playing reactively to the sound, and it's just not working out for them right now. One round. I mean, their IGL just once needs to tell them, guys, let's go aggressive. And PES now, they're going to get a tactical timeout.
Problem is, the problem is they need to get to 16 rounds, so they have 3 more rounds to make this happen. And the money is not looking that solid at the moment. And I think we have a technical issue. Yep, you do have a tech timeout getting called. Feint has dropped out of the server, and we will be having a resume of this round. But yeah, it is 3rd round loss bonus. Yep, so they will get $2,900 next round. So that's enough. That will suffice. They can go for a pretty solid buy with that. But this round also might be a throwaway. I would rather them not go for any buy. Just go for USPs, man. Or maybe I don't know, maybe a P250 at max, nothing more than that. And maybe that will really help them out, because realistically they have 1 round to close it out at. That's going to be round number 29.
Yep, and I mean, a lot of grenades right now would do. They all can afford a grenade at least, right? And Mavis maybe can pick up a kit as well, just in case. And 4 or 5 grenades straight down banana or something, it will help, because PES has been sending 3 players to banana. And
Intencity knows this. They know that fact. They know the fact that PES love going for banana control early on. And that too, PES like walking up. They don't really go for those pop flashes and those smokes and molotovs to explode out towards the top of banana. They're taking it slow. They're just walking up, shooting bullets and going for contact play. So I'm a little flabbergasted that Intencity have not adapted their CD side at all. 1 round worked out, because of some nice work coming out from Never Give Up and Reaper over the B bomb site, some great spray and whatnot. But apart from that, nothing much else. And we seem to have a 5-minute tech timeout here.
Yeah, I mean, it's because who is it that dropped out? What is the nickname?
It was. Let's try to start with R. Let me try to see here.
Feint. That's not R. But yeah, I mean, clearly the PES boys have to use a VPN, right, to get some better connectivity, because I doubt India-Pakistan relationships are ever going to be good enough to have a direct fiber connection between us. So I'm just wondering, do they pay for like an hourly VPN or something that it just runs out?
I mean, Adi, just to touch upon what you just mentioned earlier, if North Korea and South Korea can come back together and become like brothers, why can't we?
Because we rely too as Indians, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this. It's because we rely too much on religion. And
true.
Our culture relies too much on religion.
That is true. North Korea and South Korea have the ideological differences, not really religious differences, so that could be the issue. But hey, man, if that could happen, I believe that we can one day be brothers, and that's the Optimus Blaze speaking. But I think we have everyone in the server. We should be resuming with the game, hopefully, in the next minute or so.
Yeah, I mean, Intencity Pune5 has just asked for a minute more. They're doing something. And I like our admins having a little bit of banter with them as well. But yeah, I mean, PES, their T side has looked strong. I mean, it's more obviously Intencity Pune5 playing so reactively, but taking nothing away from PES, they're coming back into this, grinding out those rounds when you're so far behind. It takes something. It takes a lot of mental fortitude. So props to them.
You know what? Like we mentioned on their T side how Intencity Pune5 were playing it so structured and whatnot. Like just 1 round, just 1 round. I just want to see them throw caution to the winds. Just bring out those balls and just rush in and just try something. Just try and push in and catch PS off guard or mix it up, because they have literally played the same CD side setup 12 rounds or 13 rounds in a row, and here comes the push. And even though Criminal finds 2 kills, Caramel and Reaper have managed to turn it around. Reaper looking for more, but HSB smacks him in the face. And Caramel picks up the AK though, but the bomb is still trapped towards T-spawn. The smoke is going to force Trans and Poke to make the way from alt mid. And HSB, he's got a whole fort here. Finds Caramel, snaps around, spots on Mavis as well, and HSB, the hero of the hour. And Intencity Pune5, I don't know if they can hear the stream or something, but they finally did something. Unfortunately, it was on an eco round, so they couldn't do much. But it comes down to this, right, Adi? Scores 15-13, you got the guns to work with, but considering you have just 2-round lead here, do you really have the ball to go for an aggro play? Which you could have done maybe 10 rounds back.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, you should have the guts to do this, but it remains to be seen if they do. And it does look like they are going for the triple banana push, by the way. They have 3 players going towards the B-bomb site. Finally, maybe some more aggression, but a Molotov does come in. It has trapped a couple of players there.
Again, they fall back, but Caramel, finally, is this his first kill with the op on the CD side?
No, I think it's the second. He did get one earlier.
Okay,
but
second.
yeah, it's probably his second. And it's just because he's not been able to do anything, right? But finally, a little bit of aggression, and he does get it. And it was tempered aggression, to be honest. He didn't even go that far ahead. So
they should know. They should know the second PS lose a player, they really like going for the B hit. They've done it time and time again. And I'm surprised it's still keeping 3 players over at A. RSN, let's hold the angle there, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Are they going to go for the flash peek? Indeed, it is going to be that, and RSN spots on his shoulder. He has the flashbang. He's going to flash his way in. No, instead he's just going to be holding the line, and Nevergive was going to have to go for the contact play, spots the player. Again, they line up for him. He finds 2, and finally falls, but RSN is pushed in with that op of his. He's going to get the kill. It's all on Pokemonster. They've come so far, and to fall short just by 2 rounds, it's going to be heartbreaking indeed, and Pokemonster 1v4, make that a 1v3 as he does find Reaper, is looking for more. RSN, he's not budging, he's just holding the angle, and he's gonna land the shot, and Intencity Pune5 will finally close it out. But what a marathon of a comeback that was from PES, Adi.
Yep, 11 rounds on the T side, and Intencity Pune5, like I said, the stars aligned for them for the second round running, and yeah, the individual brilliance pulling them out of what seemed to be a short comeback by PES. But
yeah, pretty epic comeback. I mean, credit where it's due. They showed a lot of resilience coming by, a lot of adaptation as well. But Intencity Pune5, despite winning this game and despite us like singing the praises, I think they should really go back. And if they're going to be playing Inferno again down the line, they need to work on a CD side, because that CD side was literally one-dimensional. There was nothing else.
Yep, I do agree. But anyway, that's going to be enough from us. I think we're delayed for Dota as well, because this game almost went the full distance. But anyway, I was Adi, and joining me was Blair. We'll see you again tomorrow at the same time for more Counter-Strike action.
Toodaloo.
Have to.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, no amount of any words or whatever I say can provide any further credibility to the kind of effort the Portal Esports team from Pakistan put in. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely on point. It's not easy to take a scoreline of 12-0 and make it like pull it to 13. The only team I've seen capable of doing that is Brutality, because they are known as the comeback kings in the Indian CSGO circuit. But a team coming from across the border with a scoreline of 12-0 and taking it round by round by round, thrashing Intencity Pune5, who no doubt played so well that I have to give them a shout out too. But sadly, Portal Esports, it was not your day. I rooted for you guys because I knew the kind of a bomb Intencity Pune5 was sitting on. It could have gone off anytime. It did go off halfway. Sadly, the magic stopped at 13. What a wonderful game. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Forget the studio heat. It was beautiful. Angie.
I think it was great. I mean, after having a scoreboard of 12-0 to come back so strong. I mean, hats off to Intencity Pune5. I think both teams, they're a little weak on the CT side, due to which they had the struggle. And the minute that Intencity had to switch roles, that's where the fallback happened for them. But good rotations coming in there, good gameplay, coordinated gameplay by both the teams to be able to hold so strong and not give up hope till the very end. So that would be CSGO for today. Very close game.
Very close indeed. In fact, this is a great lesson for all the teams in the Challenger and Starter. In fact, for some teams in the Masters League also. If you are in dithers like this situation was some time ago, 12-0, do not give up. Because the moment you give up, you lost the game. This is a prime example of what diligence and resolution can do in-game for you guys. Well, that's what we have for you guys from Counter-Strike Global Offensive in this amazing Masters League match during the ESL India Premiership 2018, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and presented by Nordwing Gaming. We'll take a quick short break. On the other side, we have Dota 2.